Okay, so I already did my foundation. I already moisturized. I already have my primer on. I want to make this just about the foundation. This is the box. It's the Forever Skin Glow 24-hour Radiant Perfecting Skin Caring Foundation with Sunscreen. Lasting Hydration. So it's from Dior. The color is 2N, which is... This is how it looks. The packaging is beautiful. I love the glass, the silver lettering, the sleek lid. It does have a pump, which is amazing. I hate when I have to be pouring more than I need to. So it says shake well. And so this was from Influenster. And it's a medium to full coverage, 24-hour wear, radiant finish, SPF 35. It's available in 24 shades. So knowing that Fenty has over 50 makes 24 not seem like a lot, because I know in my shade I'm like between, you know, beige, medium beige, warm beige, golden beige, in that beige area. So every foundation I'm always like looking, you know, sometimes a regular, you know, warm beige would look a little too light for me, but it might work. Some of them are a little dark. So 24 doesn't seem like a lot, but I don't know. What else does it say? Looks like it has... The ingredients are Pansy Extract Hydrating Booster. Helps protect the skin from drying, which I need. My skin is super dry now this cold weather. Leaving it smooth and looking smoother and more radiant. It has Rose Hip Extract, which is the star ingredient of Dior Forever. Helps protect the skin from external aggressors and reduces the appearance of pores. So... okay, so this is how the card looks, and we're going to try it. So, I want to start off by saying thank you to Influencer. I'm like the worst when it comes to, you know, doing reviews and trying to figure out how this influencer works. I know that you put in a review, you tell them what you like and stuff, but usually I end up with like a blush or an eyeliner or like some... dry shampoo, stuff that I'm really like, And then I've seen other people with like foundations and perfumes, and I'm like, how did you get that? So I'm super happy and super thankful that I got this foundation. And let's start. So you know that I can already tell this is way too light, but we're gonna do a lot of bronzing, I guess. You know, I love a full foundation. So sometimes these radiant looking foundations tend to be sheer. It doesn't feel sheer, but we shall see. So I like to brush it on first and then go in with the sponge. So I'm using this Sonia Kashuk sponge. This is so soft. And it gets so big. And I think it was about $7.99. So let's pat you in. Right off the bat, I can tell that it feels very lightweight. Like, you know, some foundations, even though you pat it in, it feels heavy on the skin. This feels super, super lightweight. It blends really nicely. So I think... let me see. I think it looks really nice. I can see the glow that it has. I don't know if you can see, but it looks super, super radiant, which I love. I think one pump, well, this is like 2.5 pumps. I think it's so beautiful. I already love it. I do think it's too light for me, because right now it might look fine because of the lights, but it's a little bit too light. So I am going to bronze it up and stuff. But I want to add another layer just to see how it's going to look, you know, layered. So I'm going to go back in. But I think with that first layer it was more than enough. So this I might regret. This is so beautiful. I really like this. I think that if your skin is dry, I don't even think you need to set it. I am going to set it because I always set my foundation, but I think that you might not even have to. Okay, this is how it looks. I think it looks beautiful. The glow, the radiance is there. I can see it. It feels like I have nothing on my skin. Doesn't really smell. This is a new sponge, so I don't know if it's the sponge or the... Because I can smell like a little bit of a fragrance, but that might just be the sponge and the soap that I used. So I already know that I like how it looks. So I am going to do a wear test. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to do that off camera because I want this to just be about the foundation. And I really like how it looks. It looks so nice. So I'm going to do the rest of my foundation. And I'm going to come back and tell you how so far it's been sitting and whatever. And then I'm going to check in towards the end of the day when I come back from work. I got some training to do today, so I'm going to be driving back and forth to different facilities. And then I'll be going in and out of, you know, buildings. So like if it's colder and hotter, you know. And then I'll see how it ends up looking. So, okay, so I did the rest of my makeup. I'm going to do simple lips. So I'm using my LA Girl natural lip liner. Then I'm using the Kiss Creamalicious in I don't know if this color. It's like a peachy nude. This I'll just put in the center. And that's it. So I did the rest of my face, and so far I'm loving how it looks. Very dewy looking, very glowy. Everything went on pretty nicely. I didn't have to, you know, do anything out of the ordinary. So that's how it's looking. I'm heading into work. I will be checking in through Instagram, Snapchat. So if you see that, that's what I'm doing. Might be before the fact, but I'm going to be checking in during lunches and in between like my training and stuff, just to see how it's looking. And then tonight when I get home from work, I'll check in again for the last time and let you know how it wore. And again, I'm not going to touch up. I'm not going to do anything throughout the day. I'm going to leave it as is. So if it gets oily, that's how it's going to stay until I check in tonight. So I will see you guys on Instagram and Snapchat while I check in during lunch and then later on today. Okay, so I just got home from work. I haven't touched up all day. I haven't powdered or anything. As you can see, it does look a little shiny on my T-zone. On the sides here, it did come out just a little bit, but that's because, you know, I was wiping. Let's see. I do feel like a little bit on my chin here has, you know, faded. A little bit over here. But, and maybe a little bit over here. But again, I've had this on since 6:30 this morning. It is now 5:45, so close to 12 hours, about 11 or so, and I think it looks really, really nice. It still has like a nice dewiness to it. Like, this is, let me see, Radiant Perfecting. So I do see that it's like a radiating, like a radiant foundation. It does have like that, you know, glow from within. So I do really like how it looks. I think it's so nice. As you saw in the video, I did do like 2 layers and it sat nicely. I do think 1 layer would have been more than enough, but for me, I wanted to see if it was buildable, and it did give it a nice kind of medium to full look, the second layer I did. So again, Influencer, thank you so much for this foundation. I was really wanting to test something from Dior, so I'm glad that I got this in this box. I'm gonna take a couple of pictures. If you're following me on Instagram, you saw that I posted I was out to lunch. I went to TJ Maxx, and I do have a haul coming up probably after this, but I showed you how it looked outside in the daylight, because you know, sometimes these lights make everything look nice, but outside you can see a little more. But I still love how it looks. My skin looks so nice. It doesn't feel heavy, you know, it feels like I don't have anything on, which is really nice. But sometimes, you know, when you don't feel your makeup and you're constantly going like this, you're like, ugh. But I really love how it looks. I think it felt beautifully, so I would totally recommend this foundation. Again, I got it in my Influencer box. I'm in shade 2N, which 2N Neutral Glow. So it's a neutral color. I think it looks fine. I did bronze up a lot, and I think it still looks pretty close to my color. So I am going to continue to use it. Again, I hope you guys enjoy this short review. I just wanted to show you how this Dior foundation works. It claims to have a lot of, you know, great things. Medium to full coverage, 24-hour wear, radiant. It's got SPF 35. It has only 24 shades, but I think this is something that if you're like in my complexion, a little light, a little darker, you can still make it work. But I don't know how dark it'll get, like how much darker the darker shades are. It also says Try Forever Matte Foundation. I'm not really a matte person, but it has a velvety matte finish. Also has 28 shades, and they have it at Sephora. So I would totally tell you to pick this up. If you see it in store, you want to get a sample, I think it's going to be perfect. Now for the summer, where you don't want such, you know, at least I still want that full coverage. I just don't want the feel of the full coverage. So I think this is perfect because you barely feel it on your skin. It just feels like a nice moisturizer on the skin. I think it did really nice. Even under the eyes, I feel like it looks really nice. So again, if you're in store, get a sample, try it out. If you don't want to spend, I'm not sure how much it is, but if you don't want to spend, because I know Dior can be expensive, get yourself a sample, try it out, and if you like it, I would totally tell you to pick it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will see you guys in my next video, which is probably going to be a haul.